Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Together We Roll, where we try to act like adults, but eventually just kind of go into random shit that we laugh at each
No one
other.
informed me that was in the terms and conditions.
I had the adults.
We didn't sign anything. You guys signed something?
You never getting paid?
There we go.
When was our TOS?
Before we get to the episode and get back on track on part 2 of episode 3.
Episode 4. Holy crap.
Episode 4! I'm counting.
Season
I
2.
know because I wrote it at the top.
Episode 4.
There we go.
Season 2, episode 4. Episode 2?
Believe it or not, the
Season
people
2,
read
episode
that
4,
on the
part
magic
2.
box
Part 2, thank
that
you.
they're
That's all.
watching this on. So you don't need to keep track of it. YouTube will.
Yes, but
Season-
there's a difference if he can look like a
Season 4,
jackass and
episode
say,
2,
welcome to
part
episode
2.
3, episode 6 at the top.
And then, like, occasionally I go back, like, fuck, I need to go back.
I know. I'm kind of the one that kind of knows what it is because I'm trying to keep track of all the production stuff, so I end up going...
Corinne Milne, as I need to say, because we need to get past the introduction,
Yes.
is
Back up,
an
Ralph.
awesome individual. She does incredible work, and she is currently working her... She's doing
It might
amazing...
happen by the time.
What?
Oh, gosh.
For,
I know. We've
for
got-
Brian's character and Tanya's character.
By the time this episode goes
she
out,
is
maybe.
working diligently, and she is... It's good stuff.
It so is. Yeah, the sketch work that she's done so far. What I want to do actually is I want to put together a sketchwork one, not only from season 1, because I have all the prep.
Oh, yeah.
All the prep.
As
work
long as
of all
she's
the
okay
sketch
with
work, 'cause
that.
everything was getting built from concept and up to actual color.
Yeah.
And I want to do the same thing here. So when I'll add this content as well.
Hopefully she's okay with it, but
Oh, I
again,
know she will. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It just showcase some of the progression of the
if
creation.
she's not okay with it, you're gonna have a bit of a a donkey. On
I already
her
know
face.
she's gonna like it. So anyway, I'll let you get back to it.
Apart from that, I don't
Last
think
we
we.
left our intrepid heroes.
Yes. So we're gonna get to the introduction, and we'll see you in a moment. Enjoy the trailer before it changes.
Yeah, I know it's gonna update soon.
Yep.
As soon as we get the arc.
Welcome back, everyone.
17, 38. So you sons of
Last
bitches.
time we left off with the Silver Menagerie, you group of assholes.
Hey,
Did I ever tell you about my favorite character who happens to be an AI who runs a numbers machine? She's literally, like, 90% of her dialogue is what you guys were just doing.
Oh, okay.
17, 38, 69, 5. Like, that's...
By the way, I'm trying to do my countdown, and these jarheads out here are out there calling out fucking other numbers.
I'm gonna get a spray bottle back here in a moment.
I can do that for you.
All right, we're on in 5, 4,
No,
17,
stop
38.
it. Jesus. Okay, so
Meanwhile-
When last we left our
Adults
intrepid
having
heroes.
fun! Shame on them!
you're right. Shame on them. You're adults. You're not supposed to have fun. You're supposed to, impose other people. With...
I'm sorry, Nick. I'm gonna need you to stop and get on with this because you're interrupting the flow of the show.
Oh.
I'm gonna make a note. All right. So
Kill Nicholas.
She's a bitch without being a bitch. This is what
last time we left off, you found the Warforged nation of Kern, Finding that the place was shrouded by magical means.
I thought that was the Dwarven city.
No.
Have I been keeping my notes wrong? The whole time?
Dwarven city is Gardun, and the Warforged city is Hartkern.
I mean, he says all of them in the back of his throat. So.
Let's take the name. Swift. Here we go.
Keep talking.
Fantasy names. You arrive by Warforged Titan Back, known as Bouncer. Founding after talk of xenophobia, finding that this Warforged nation actually intermingles with many other races.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah. Along with a much different judicial system, or ruling system, trial system, whatever, than the Rosian Empire, which brought some interesting things. As many of the crew that was on the now crashed vessel of the Golden Phoenix was shepherded off into refugee housing, interviewed and properly handled, so that questionnaires and yada yada yada. You went off and was actually personally guided by Quill, a very docile-looking, female-ish looking Warforged, very rounded by the edges and wearing a nice, nice robes, seemingly writing down many things that she just takes interest in. You venture through the town, gain what you needed, buying some monstrosities of robotic nature and a blink dog, buying some alcohol, some extra parts, having some conversations, and gain 2
Hey,
nights.
he got a full spa thing. It's not fire calling extra parts.
Well, you bought me extra parts. I have now the ability to effectively run until who knows how long, because I can effectively I need to change out my batteries after 30 battles.
Oh, and you got more batteries too.
I can do now.
So now you have 4 battles, technically 120 battles. So
Give or take.
hopefully we can stop.
It can go
running,
anywhere
we
from
can stop
20
running
to
the
30
Radio
battles.
Shack and getting you batteries. Oh
Yeah.
shit! I just dated myself. Oh.
Yeah.
Ow, that hurts. Okay.
David, today it's
I
Micro
really
Center.
enjoyed that we got
not
collectively
Radio Shack.
blamed for my monstrosities. Like, you all did this, as though you had a choice.
Am I a
I'm
monstrosity?
sorry, we're interrupting our wonderful DM.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
This
You
is-
guys are currently doing a pub crawl right now, as you're either going for a trip master or a brewmaster.
I don't know if I can taste, so let's figure it out.
That is true. As Warforged here,
Drinking, though, haven't you?
I don't know if I can taste though.
Ah, okay.
so you find yourself going past and actually going away from the foraging district. You find yourself. What?
Go ahead.
What? You keep going like this. Yes, I got an ugly face. You don't need to point it out. Anyway.
So now he's doing it. Go!
Dead air.
I'm changing music and I'm changing lighting, alright?
Hurry up!
Sparks spontaneously explodes and you just move on.
And now we know why we call him Sparks.
Yes!
I just bought the model too.
Past one building after another, really seeing this strange Elizabethan meets Industrial Revolution style of buildings, copy and pasted, mass production of everything. You find yourself passing the city center as you see off to the left side, down a couple of roads, a massive pillar of what is a clock tower, or a overly complex clock tower that has 3 separate clocks. Each one has multiple in it. Well, even with your passive investigation, you see that it actually is able to, if I can read the clock tower and what it actually does.
Say, there's a little lady at the bottom with a flyer and the save the clock tower! Save the
No, but you do see robed individuals that are almost a religious-like zealous underneath it. That are moving in and out of
The
it.
clock tower is invisible and we're not actually saving.
Nothing.
Yeah. It is overly complex, and you can tell it's like one of them does mana storms. It's like, oh, that's good. Along with lunar pathways for both of the moons of this world, and also planar alignment. That's all you get for a cursory glance before you meet the drunken alchemist.
What do you mean it tracks mana storms?
This place has a lot of mana storms.
Right, but you said it was like a clock.
It is a clock, and it has various different symbols to tell you what type of mana storm is in the.
Oh, it's a weather. It's a weather.
It's a weather clock.
It's a weather clock.
Clock's tower.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And since they have a lot of mana storms, they have some sort of ability to track what type of mana storm is in the area.
It's measuring the biometric pressure.
Barometric.
Barometric pressure.
No. I think you got it
The
right.
biometric. It's measuring the biometric compressor.
Technology!
Egg falls over, having a brain aneurysm.
That's the biggest word he said yet.
I think he used the entirety of his
You're
vocabulary.
right, he's used all of his $5 words for the day.
Yay.
You find yourself in a curse. It's named in Gnomish, Common, and Draconic for this place. It is a. The outside of the building is relatively bland. It's one of those buildings that is small at the bottom, gets bigger on the top, and gets bigger on the top again, almost like an upside down cake. Inside there's a bunch of commotion, and when you step inside, after seeing the sign that says Drunk Master, not Drunk Master.
No, you keep going. You had me a drunk master. You really did.
No, sorry, it's called the Drunk Master, the Drunken Master is what it's called. But it also has the name under it, Brewmaster Fingers, underneath it on who owns the place. And when you step inside, the tables are has a plethora of different sizes that seems to go from bigger to smaller from left to right, along with various seating arrangements. And there's a bar in the back that has stairways that go up to a balcony on top where there's more seating arrangements. And you see a plethora of various bottles, liquid containers, and alcohol, and various potions of of many different colors and strange concoctions that are lining the bar head and bar table of the main area.
So are we in an alchemist area or are we in a brewing area? Because it looks
It's amazing how often those two coincide.
Yeah.
Quill, standing right next to you, this is both. So you can get a little bit of a taste of other one.
Can she drink?
Yes, I can.
But you don't have a mouth.
Neither do I.
She pulls her front plate a little bit off her face.
Oh.
She's got a cup holder.
No, it's a face plate.
Like mine.
I'm completely wildly misunderstood that. Okay, please continue. I thought you pulled part of her face out and we're supposed to put the drink
Oh
in.
no! She like a mash. She like a porcelain mash. She gets the bottom part of it and lifts it forward, not showing her actual face.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I understand.
I have a little speaker.
A grill.
Just a bunch of holes.
Brewmaster Fingers, and you see an individual that is covered in head to toe in bandoliers that has various different alcohol and potion mixery, along with some plants and organic herbs, and along where, not at the wrist, but slightly above it, it goes from the arm and then extends out to 3 other arms that have hands for each one, and is currently just mixing a bunch of other things that are currently being ordered. He goes, "Hi, how can I help you?"
Does he have a built-in drink shaker he puts in the...
As he steps forward, his shirt does lean forward, and you do see a couple nozzles on the inside.
Oh.
Well, at least it's at the chest level. Because I'm not going to have a bunghole that's any lower.
Be very careful about what you drink here.
So what you're looking for? You're looking for a travel, or you're looking for taste? Or both?
We were looking to numb the mind.
I can do
and
that,
make
no
us a
problem.
little more relaxed. No. Yes. Sure. Yes.
I think you need to relax.
No one has ever seen me relaxed.
Also, potentially challenging thing. Have you ever made anything to get a plant drunk?
First, you usually have to blend the plant, and then we can drink it just fine.
I've used plants to get people drunk, but I've never got a plant drunk. I could definitely try.
That would be... I think that would be a worthwhile effort.
Now, what type of plant are we talking about?
Lemongrass.
It's...
Lemongrass.
It's a gloom flower, which is carnivorous and likes mental energy.
That's a weird plant you got there.
I have a lot
Are
of
you a
strange
traveler?
things.
Are you a traveler?
We did come here from not here, yes.
No, I mean plenty traveler.
I feel like that's a very personal question that keeps getting asked.
Where are you going with this?
Very well. I'll definitely try, as long as it doesn't attack the other patrons. If it attacks you,
As long as we sit far away, we'll be fine.
and where is my drinks? I need my drinks.
Wow, he's got drinks. And do you realize that our dungeon master creates all of this entire world? I mean,
Well, of course I take.
speaking, I'm crossing the fourth wall here.
You're crossing the fourth wall, breaking the fourth wall,
Yeah, I leapt over that fourth
taking
wall.
a commercial break.
Great. Can I have back my collar of animals?
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say we're talking about something different here.
Anyway, get the thing.
Here,
I'm supposed to walk over and pull out and put it in the backpack and disappear into the backpack. There's, you hear the sounds of pots and pans, and finally he comes back out holding a collar triumphantly. Thank you, yes, you're very smart. Here you go.
Okay, big card.
Oh,
Which is now going on Charles.
Who speaks Sylvan?
Really?
Unfortunately, it is not a beast. It's a fae.
It's a monstrosity, isn't it?
are they?
They're fae.
They're Fae.
Is Faye not? Okay.
Wait, I think it might say Fae Beast. Hold on.
You know, it says fae.
I mean, he did just look at it.
Okay, so I,
So,
But I think that means that it doesn't look
clearly,
like anyway.
clearly that's a version change in this edition, because in like 3rd edition they were magical beasts.
It's a 5th edition thing.
I'm not worried about it, but
Yeah.
I'm going to try because. And then after an hour, he's not going to be able to talk
Oh,
out
yeah.
loud, which means that he
But
can't.
have a snazzy collar.
Right. He can have a snazzy collar. He won't be able to mock sparks, but that
Sorry.
was really my only goal.
I completely
Oh, you're
misspoke. This is called the Poisoned Paladin,
Ah, I'm glad I'm not a paladin.
it's a Fae.
but his name is Fingers. My apologies on which area you're at. Finally found it. Okay. So he begins to start mixing some various concoctions of either cocktails of various alcohols or potions for traveling.
I want something I've never had before, which is pretty much everything except brandy, well, and ale out of the all dwarven. So
Oh, and
He
there was,
slides in front of you a deep purple liquid with silver flakes inside of it, served within a wine glass. He slides to you a solid black liquid that has the texture of like a tar-like substance to it.
Okay.
Plants. Liquor or travel?
We have elven wine here.
We make our elven wine.
I'll try some of the local elven wine.
How's it elven? It's not made
It
by
is
elves.
unfortunately a little young, but it is still elven wine.
Can you do the thing where you find things that I like? You've done it before. There was a whiskey thing that I liked at the first bar that we met.
It took me several sentences into that request to realize you were not actually referring to, you were not actually speaking to me. Do I have a? Ooh, I don't even know how I would do that. I can make an alchemy roll.
Yeah, sure. For looking for a specific alcohol?
Yeah, something
Something
that she
Nicholas
would
would like.
appreciate.
Something Nicholas would like.
And I specified neither drinking nor traveling, so
Right.
you know, you do you. While that's happening, I'm going away from everyone,
Okay.
and then
The bar is currently not really full. There's a couple patrons, but not a lot,
Yeah.
as it is in the middle of the workday.
right. I just tentacle distance away from everyone,
Easy enough. If you take one of the bigger tables, easy enough.
and then swing the bag in front of me and dump the thing in.
Okay. Roll
Dump it in.
Roll a d20 for its Constitution saving throw.
Not one.
16. 16.
16. Okay. So as soon as you dump it, there's like "Ah!" as a high-pitched scream as the tentacles, as just a volatile liquid is thrown onto it, out of the blue. A few moments later.
It's how I fed it a badger. I'm not going to feed it a drink any differently.
True, but it's like having like.
Someone splashing water on you.
It quite literally just out of the blue, it's like. Yeah. A few moments pass, and from the wiggling tower, you hear a thump.
I'm just kind of gonna like pet it, see if it.
It does not react apart from like the basic.
It's
You
dead.
don't seem dead. Close.
Whatever happened, it did something.
Yep.
30 to try and find her something.
Okay.
Yeah, you literally.
You find a number of Fey-based, flavor typed alcohols.
Walking through the wall. Children's tears? No, that's dwarven. Hang on. Like,
The souls of the damned.
That is actually a drink.
Sounds like something I'd use, not something I'd drink.
The screams of the damned.
Also, something I'd use.
You find a plethora of choices at your disposal. It's not the most like old drinks, and a lot of them are local made and brewed here locally. But there are a few choices that are like, oh, this is like far away places. As you find like the Dragon Tear, and then you find another one that is actually the Elven wine of. I'm not even going to attempt to say the name because it's an Elven name, but it's a flower name for an elf. And it's actually been deported, and it has a price tag that would match it.
Imported.
Imported.
no, this wine had to be deported.
It was imported, deported.
It was
and
the
then
failed
imported.
batch of the
And then
high
imported
elves.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe you're looking for smuggled.
It was imported, deported, then smuggled.
There we go.
There we go. It was that good. But yeah, they have a decent set here.
Okay.
Grab you one.
So, all told, I will throw 50 gold at getting us drinks.
Okay.
What?
That will not take the imported elven wine, though. The imported
50
elven wine
gold.
is 150 gold pieces per glass.
That's some Louis right there.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
Between.
Tell you what. I haven't been spending a lot of money on a lot of things. I will get this.
And you see the Warford behind the counter that has the bandoliers upon bandoliers with his face looking towards you. Still currently mixing drinks constantly. That hasn't been ordered, but it seems to be doing something with the drinks that is currently processing a longer listed drink of complexity. He's like, very well. Place the gold on the table. I'll keep tab on how many drinks you go. Please don't just guzzle that down. That's pretty expensive.
Challenge accepted. Do you need 150? Is
150 per glass.
per glass. How many is having a glass?
She should have some.
I can't.
I will not.
Why not? I still have this other thing that made me sneeze and run off to the garderobe and
That was the elven wine.
the. Really?
Yeah, there's an elven wine that's like a
right.
super stylized flower name on the actual bottle itself.
So, how many glasses? One,
Oh, I'm gonna drink. I've got a different thing.
2, 3.
That's 150 times 3, so that's
And he who says,
450.
I don't even know if I can taste.
150 times 3. Oh boy, 450.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was not God adding up. Or that was that not adding
It just
up.
counts 150 3 times.
What?
Remember, he's a savant as long as he's not thinking about it real hard. He did the math stuff real good as long as it's in the background of what he's doing.
Pouring this glass of wine from the elven glass. There is no sound when it hits. It is smooth as can be. And when it first comes out, it's a deep ruby red, but as soon as it hits a little bit of air, it changes to a golden, like a honey liquid.
Interesting. No, you only get. You know what? Where's Gaw?
Back at the
Refugee.
Can I get one of these to go?
Yeah, just leave it in the bottle. I'll ship it over. Where you want?
The bottle or just a glass?
As soon as the air starts hitting this, it starts to change the taste.
Ah, all right, got it. Well, I wanted to share with Gaw. All right. Would that be another 150 or is that?
Yes, it would be another 150.
Right.
Well, he shakes the bottle. If you want the entire bottle, that's going to be another 500 gold pieces.
Who's counting? I am.
And it's not a big bottle, so it doesn't have like a lot of cups in it.
It's the only thing. Look, you know me. I don't drink much, but if I'm going to damn well drink, I'm going to do it right.
Your bottle costs more than my dog.
That is a statement
Yeah, I think it says something more about your dog than it does
the
the bottle.
wife said across the nation.
My dog can teleport across space.
And speak a
So
language.
can this bottle, apparently.
At this point, I'm just looking at the barkeep.
Yep.
I know not if I can taste, and I do not know whether or not what will work for me.
You want a trip then. As he brings out a list.
Non-negotiable.
I'm assuming since I was so new, I cannot taste, because that was not something they built into me.
Oh no! Tell me this we're just going on an acid trip.
That's what I keep hearing, and I'm like,
Oh my
pass,
god!
thank you.
He starts
turtles
with its
are
offhand. He
already
starts swirling a couple of vials together that are constantly changing color and starts foaming at the last second, and then places it into a thick whiskey glass and slides it over. You see a pale gold liquid with multicolored bubbles. Yeah.
Actually fits my hand for a change.
And it's constantly just foaming.
So,
I would not drink that.
I think you're supposed to drink it.
can you smell?
I pull out my trusty
No
straw.
sipping, all at once.
Speaker? Straw.
So,
Then drink fast.
wow! I've heard about people who drink drinks out of straws. Go for it.
Crack. Underneath the faceplate.
And I take 2 steps backward.
This is about to be some Roger Rabbit level crap.
It is up to you if you taste or not. Does your Warforged taste?
I'd say no, considering he has no need for sustenance.
Yeah, yours is more definitely other means of function. You don't taste much apart from a very, base levels of like,
It's acidic.
it's acidic and
More feel thing.
yeah, more feel, definitely foamy. So as it goes in, a few seconds later, make a Constitution saving throw unless
Like
you wish.
leather. Not shoe leather.
You
but
can chew.
like belt leather.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe it's because I don't have a mouth.
It is up to you if you wish to succeed or fail. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Let's see how bad this goes.
Do it.
At advantage, because it's technically a poison.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm resistant poisons.
Oh, it's potion. Yeah, whatever.
You
advantage.
already said in this that alcohol is a poison.
Correct.
So,
And it's specifically brewed to bypass,
Yeah.
poison resistance.
What am I saving against? What am I saving?
What
Constitution.
Constitution saving.
Con save.
I thought you were asking for the DC.
Oh, yeah, fuck. I'm trying to experience it, so no, I'm just gonna fail.
So you feel it started to enter your system. You're like, and your primal urges are like, resist it! And you're like, no, relax, let it go. Let it
I've
go.
had a good day.
I've had a good day. I've got a tune-up. I've got fuel. I have no worries anymore. I have no money. I'm all right.
as the colors start to blur and twist. For a solid minute, all the solid objects, the corners and the rounded parts, start to twist and expand and change in ways before it rubber bands back. Vroom. And suddenly, you're like, oh, there's nothing wrong. As you look over to Gaw and you see like him engulfed, and Ek, and you see him engulfed in flames.
Am I screaming or just standing there smiling?
No, you're just standing there smiling, just kind of looking. And you look over to Drake, and he's currently like
I've got 3 eyes. 3 eyes, and then my skin starts to change into multiple different colors. So how is it?
No, unfortunately, no. But he is currently like, it looks a little bit more earthy to him. And you're seeing that there's a lot of rocks that are spilling over, and you see an elemental seem to pass through him and to the side. And you look over towards Niquis, which has no color. Where she stands is as if you're looking into shadow itself, as you're looking into the very natures of shade. You are experiencing planar sight. As you see in between realities and starting to see the bleeding nature of what is spilling forth just a little bit from different planes of existences. As you just start to experience this place's elemental nature.
In a different plane, he's on fire. In a different plane, he's an elemental. In a different plane, you are shadow.
Oh no, it's all the same plane of elemental. But you're getting a little bit of fire plane, you're getting a little bit of earth plane, and then you see her, which you realize she's not from this plane of existence.
Shadow plane.
Yeah. You get a little bit of the Pharaoh.
Plane of shadows.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't see this.
That means that the flower and the dog both look like that too, right?
The dog looks a little different, but yes. Basically, yeah.
So, how's it going?
You're on fire. No, you are fire.
He says, you say, you're on fire. He gets confused and looks down. I would like to subtle spell in a minor illusion where he thinks he's on fire.
No, you are fire.
Make a sleight of hand check. Actually, it's subtle spell. So yeah, you just look. So Ed, as you look down, suddenly your left hand is just on fire.
Is there a bucket? Anything I can throw my hand into?
Yeah, there's a bucket in the corner.
I run over. Oh god.
There's also your drink.
Fuck no! I can buy a new hand. I know someone who can make one.
Sploosh! You put your hand into a whatever liquid that has a very slimy nature to it.
Tune.
So Drink and Nick are watching this, and Drink pulls out a gold coin, slides it to Nick.
And as you pull it back out, is it out?
No.
No, it's so. As soon as you pull it back out.
No. It stayed lit the whole time.
Oh, okay. You're still on fire, but you don't feel any pain.
So now I'm drinking, going, whoa!
Make a constitution
Because I'm running outside looking for something to.
As soon as it gets past the threshold, I let it go out.
Okay. So.
And I start
drinking this elven liquid. It is fruity. It's incredibly sweet fruity. But then it goes into tartar fruits in mid-transition. And when you finish, usually you have an aftertaste. And it just fills it with almost like a honey glaze. And when you breathe out, you can literally see a little bit of like, I don't want to say glitter, but streaks of colored line that form into small flowers and images.
Puts out fire too.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yes.
Oh gosh, you should try this if you're ever on fire. I think this is a fire resistance potion. It resists fire.
It would be a fire quenching potion because you did catch fire.
You're still on fire.
What?
No, you are fire. You're stone.
And you're.
I believe the term is I'm stoned.
Feeling all right there, buddy?
Yes.
Look at the
I am
octopus.
feeling, yes.
Hey,
Look at the octopus.
What do we see?
You see-
Or what does he see?
A portal to hell.
I see the void.
Yeah, that was about right.
I would like to.
That spark is
Start
never the same
sitting.
again.
Sorry?
I would like to start sipping.
Okay. As I described with him as well, it is,
Does it remind me of either of the courts?
yes, and definitely more of the Feywild. It
So
is.
the Sealy. Okay.
So was the money worth it?
I believe it was well worth your money.
What?
Staring into the void.
He's waiting for the bar top to grow leaves.
It sounds like your brain's been infected by the master and you need the doctor to come along and resolve this situation. But
Oh, you know, I just realized we don't have a place to stay tonight.
Oh, nurse!
Oh, is that me? As Quill is kind of just sitting in a chair.
Quinny! Welcome back.
I don't like that name.
It's the wine. I'm sorry. You can blame me because I bought it for him.
you know,
How can
I
I
love
say
your eyes.
He's a giver like that.
my understanding is that if you experience an attraction towards another person, you're supposed to purchase them an alcohol.
Do you drink?
I do, but
Is there any in here for Gaw? How much is in here for Gaw?
there's definitely multiple glasses
Good,
left.
good. Here,
There's about 2.5 glasses left.
whatever. Fine.
Sorry, 3.5, my bad.
Wow.
I'm matchmaking.
Well, you paid
terrifying is
500,
that?
so that's
That's
3
good.
plus a little bit more.
Setting him up for heartbreaking failure. Awesome.
You should know that that's exactly what she does.
Yes. You don't know what
All
popcorn
right.
is.
Sorry. Excuse me. I'm trying to have a moment here.
Oh yes, please. I'm enjoying the moment.
Yes.
I'm incredibly
I just need a
confused right
glass. Oh well, forget it. Here, you can just drink out of the bottle.
You just you just hand her the bottle.
I need some of that though for
Flip to
my friend
courting
Gaw.
ritual section.
She kind of puts her up her hand, and the brewmaster's already
No. That never works.
pours a tiny little sampler, swirls it around, lifts up her mask so that she's able to take a tiny drink, and she places it down as she seems to exhale a little bit, or at least a little bit of flow comes out, and it actually goes up her cheek underneath the mask and flows around it in order to make the symbols itself.
You're not drinking.
I haven't yet. So,
I can tell because there's nothing coming out of your face.
looks at himself. Drake will hold the
I drank your
the
shit
glass.
brandy for the last 3 days. You can drink that.
Alright.
That's
It's-
a fair point.
It's totally a fair point.
It's layered beyond of what a human tongue can actually perceive.
How would I know that? So,
You have knowledge of that, but you know that there's a complexity to this that is. Roll a perception check, actually.
Someone told you you're missing out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to look at my ball.
You bring your ball out.
You don't have a strong concept of privacy, do you?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
There's
in
not a
just
lot of
moment.
people in it.
10? Okay, yeah. You know that.
good wine.
It's good wine. It's a little complex, to say the least.
I'm just saying, I talked to 3 people interdimensionally.
Make
who
a
I
Constitution
don't trust,
save throw,
and you
make a
did all
Constitution
uppity,
saving
but you
throw
pull shit out
as
and
the
build a bar
alcohol
that has
kicks.
drinks.
But hold on a second.
I'm
Sorry.
first.
We had a couple people talking here.
The alcohol kicks in. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, shit.
16.
16? Okay. hits
I
pretty
feel
fucking
fine. I feel...
Pretty? Do you feel pretty?
20?
Modified.
You barely resist it. You feel
Oh,
it,
God, I
but
have a
you've
plus
had
8.
this kind of level of impact before, and you're like, yep, there it is.
I'm good. Constitution +8. I'm good.
The alcohol's hit the Vicodin.
17.
17, you fail. It hits hard. And you two, you don't pass out, but you're definitely like, woohoo! And things are changing colors.
Did anyone get the plate on that Titan that just ran over me?
They sell this shit? They're allowed to sell this shit? Wow. Alright.
Wait, are you coming along this ride with me?
For what? Yep.
You are? Good.
Meanwhile,
That's right. That's why we're here. You and I are the ones that said we'd be here.
Right.
Do this stuff. And then
As you look into this ball of rolling cogs and springs, and it's like looking into the inner workings of a clock, but 1,000 times deeper.
because I can see into it now.
Correct. Well, kind of.
Ish. Something. I see something.
I hear that if you ask it a question,
And flip it over.
It continues to roll and click, and you feel that same rhythmic motion towards it. And as you peer deeper and deeper into it, you started to see symbols form within the mass of cogs. And when you try to read the symbols, it's gone. It's too late. As the clicking of gears, cogs, and screws and springs are moving things constantly in motion, chaotic but with rhythm. Things are starting to appear. First symbols, then parts. And you swear that you see a face, form of the mass of the gears, that seems to be looking straight at you. Make a wisdom saving throw.
no, and he's drunk too.
At disadvantage because you're drunk, yeah.
It's not terrible regardless. So,
Wow.
that was a natural 14, which makes it a 12, plus 4, which turns it into a 16.
Is that disadvantage?
That's a disadvantage.
Okay.
Because it was 19 and a 14.
You feel this similar pull. Like it's your very body itself is being absorbed. But not your body, but the very meaning of what you are. The inner workings of a warforged, a forged unit that
Yep.
seems to be drawn into it with each click of the motions of the gears. You felt it before, and you don't know what it means. Just the fear of the unknown. And you pull yourself out, as if a cog does not fit. And you look away.
Back in the bag.
Back in the bag it goes. Flip. Things are still changing. You see a flash of water as the whole bar is now flooded with water. As you see the various different planar entities that dwell within the water plane.
So, I can tell everyone's fucked up, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna go add a little bit to the bar tab and get some food for the table. And,
Easy enough. They don't have the
gently nudge
best
you
food, but
guys
they have a
to-
little bit of food.
yeah, just whatever the soak up the alcohol food is that they have available, I'm just...
They got some bread and they got some fish.
Sure, both. And then I gesture
So
at him and
advantage.
go, so he's doing the travel, not drunk thing, and I don't know if there's any, but is there anything for him to...
I mean,
I assure you, I am completely coherent.
You don't hear this, you're doing your shit, I'm at the bar.
You're still
What?
staring
I'm still at the
your
bar.
ball.
No, we all went to a table.
No, I was at the bar. I was at the barkeepers, right?
yeah, there's a bar and there's tables.
Yeah, I thought I was at the bar.
We all went to the table because...
You guys are kind of taking over the area. There's not a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's under quarantine, you know.
25% capacity.
Yeah. But he
We
looks
feel
at
ya.
him
We
over.
feel ya.
At any point, it gets a little too much for him. Just give him his vial. And he hands down a clear vial that has a little bit more viscosity to it. And it's essentially the antidote.
Okay. And then I, food to the table and
Oh, look! The antidote!
And then, if it's a bit much for you, and I set them in front of you.
There you go. And there's a plate of food in front of you. And all said and done, the trip is not forceful. It is pleasant for those that are drinking the elven wine. It is one of those things that reminds you of almost like strolling in a meadow. Very soft, smooth, and filled with the smells of various sweet-smelling plants. You're just looking into other planes of reality. You're having a trip.
Is that Quill nearby?
Yeah, she's sitting at the table, just kind of doing her own thing.
How much do you know about ancient items? About the war era?
Well, which, again, you ask questions that are so broad that it can't really answer them. What's that? As you're holding this ball, a metal brass ball that has various cogs and wheels that are on excluding, or that are half out of it.
Any idea what this is?
Yeah.
Careful.
She twists and turns it.
As she starts looking into it, I'm going to take it out of her hands. If she starts shutting down, kind of thing. If it looks like something.
She was literally just doing a cursory glance to see anything familiar with it. Unfortunately, no.
Have you shown that to anyone not Warforged?
No.
I mean, I'm not exactly, arcane-based things, but that's not something I'm familiar with.
I found it in a dwarven vault.
I mean...
It was a lost and forgotten dwarven vault, but it was a dwarven vault nonetheless.
Maybe ask a couple members of the council. They're a lot more expert in other things like that.
Good point.
We're going to be seeing them tomorrow, or?
Tomorrow afternoon, yes.
When's the trial taking place?
It is taking... It's taking care at the chambers of the Steel Rose.
No.
When?
Oh, when?
Well, we know now.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Now we know where.
Yeah, it's under a Colossus Rose.
Could you show us where we're staying tonight?
Well, it's up to you, honestly. We have several places.
I'm assuming since there are other people here, there are inns of sorts.
Hmm?
I'm assuming there are inns of sorts.
Yeah, we have inns. But inns for that also are able to handle people like this, and also Warforged is a little
I just need
different.
standing room.
They have
That
full private
reason.
closets.
Standing room only.
What I would recommend, as she takes a moment to go through her notes, there's the Dueling Donkey and the Grappled Grove. The Grappled Grove is a little bit more outdoorsy, and the Dueling Donkey...
Dueling donkey.
So we have the grabbed ass and...
Well, I don't really
Is
care.
more of a traditional forged nation housing.
Well,
The dog and I lean towards outdoorsy.
Yeah, see.
I'm fine with that.
It's a total
Oh,
maintained.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. I need another sip. Let's see. All right, so that's where we're going to stay, and then what are we supposed to? What are we? Are we going to be just observers at this trial tomorrow?
Witnesses.
Your witnesses.
We're witnesses. Oh, whether he's a good man or a bad man. So are we going to say he's good or a bad person? Well, he's not really a man, is he?
That's not really how it works. The council asks questions depending on the trial. And based on your answer, will include the tribe.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
How barbaric.
Do you ask
Thank you.
individually or collectively?
Mostly individually.
Okay. So you get to say what you want. We don't all have to say the same thing.
Well, I would hope so, because I don't say things that, what, you don't put words in my mouth, do you?
Sometimes.
Does she?
I don't see her writing down.
I
She can put thoughts in your
have
head.
never gotten to your level. No.
What does it mean?
She can't climb this high. So
That is one interpretation.
I think it's time to take a rest, and shall we go ahead and so we can get a good rest. I can finish this wine. You can escort us to the place that we're going, and
I will slap down some gold and pick up another couple of the local bottles and walk out with like a half dozen bottles of this young elven wine under my arm.
Okay. Are you going to pay for them?
Yeah. No,
Just
Okay.
slap down
yeah, he
gold.
did.
Oh, okay.
Right, let's go. Yeah, let's go to the hotel room.
So as you guys leave the area, you actually start heading towards the area that you came from, that is on the outer edge of the city. And as you travel more and more of the city, you notice that it is definitely wide, but it is not populated for the size that it is. It definitely has a lot of people and a lot of forged in it, but it's definitely built out so that it can handle bigger bodied individuals. So you find yourself in almost like an outdoorsy campground area. It is a beautiful small little campground grove area that has these small huts. Some of them more of like a traditional outdoor tenting area, though nice and very cleansly. And others that have a fireplace and that's it, and you're just camping out in the stars. And then there's other huts that are more of a slapping of organic matter that are on the outside of like almost like Indian tents, but more domed, that are very traditional to the Turtle people. And you find yourself looking at a elderly turtle, hunchbacked, very smooth on the back, but has a couple of lumps to it, very much like a Galapagos tortoise, with a small straw hat on top of his head, and he goes, "Welcome. My name is Bar. How can I serve you?"
We're looking for places to stay tonight. One, you just need a tall place.
I don't think I will. I'll meet you in the morning.
Very well.
I'm going to go explore the city while you rest.
Don't you need to rest?
No, I rested on the way here.
Oh,
It's not like I'm going to be fighting anyone tomorrow.
all right.
I hope not.
Now that you've said that.
I hope not too.
You need a place,
I'll need
right?
to crash. I'll need to pass out. But in the meantime, you reach in my backpack. Take him with you.
Mr. Hemingway, as you see another portal to hell, as you start to hear the noise.
Take him with you.
As you're taking the bottle, you hear, and you see Mr. Hemingway.
That's better.
Take the ostrich.
Yeah, just
And you want a place too, right? You want outside or inside? I'll take one of the family style huts that I'm used to.
Thank you kindly. That'll be 2 copper.
There's 3 prices here. All right, here.
But if you don't want, it's more of a pay what you want kind of deal. As long as...
Indeed. Why do I think this is going to end up, we open up the tents, it's going to be like Vacation. National Lampoon's Vacation. It's lovely. So you get inside and it's polite.
And, unfortunately, no. As it takes a little bit to actually walk to there, and especially with your stumbling speed right now, you get to it and you don't notice anything wrong. It's a bed.
Mm-hmm. I don't need much.
It's a bed.
It's decently clean, not the most fanciest of stuff.
To be clear, I'm not sleeping in the same place he is.
Oh goodness, no.
Oh, okay. Well, you see the
Never.
inside is what I'm saying.
That would never. I would be dead before she did that.
I agree.
But the equipment that is inside is decently maintained. And is actually cleaner than most places that are, well, any remotely in the Rosian Empire.
Great.
And this is where the cleanliness is actually catching up, that even the outdoorsy stuff is cleaned, maintained, and cleaned again.
Alright, so Drake will find a spot, the place where it's designated for him to sleep, where
Mhm.
it is, and put myself in an alarm circle.
Oh, of alarm?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Lay that down.
Can you do true?
I sure can, you bet.
Can you do it if something leaves the circle specifically?
I can, actually, yeah.
Could you do that after Puppy is inside the area?
No, the puppy can get through the circle.
I know that he can teleport, but I'm more worried about the stumbling aspect of, dogs are dorks.
Especially young puppies, they're useless.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll do some alarm circles.
Yeah. And you have plenty of land, and it's actually quite spacious. And the actual grove is outlined in the various plant and shrubberies that have many different types of flowers and colorful plant life around it. And overly big, but very beautiful.
So
There's a
I'm doing
campfire and a small tree on your land space.
Okay. I wanted one with the tents. If that's an option. You would
Yeah,
say.
there's 2 tents on.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 separate tents. In
Then
your land.
just inside the edge of one of the tents,
Hmm?
so that way when the sun comes up, it doesn't hit where the plant is going to be put.
Easy enough.
Okay. And then I detect thoughts to Charles, and I explain this is the area that you have to roam, hang out, be chill, do puppy things. I'm going to take a nap. I will. If you run away, then you don't get to go on adventures. Is essentially the.
Roll another animal handling check.
Is it animal handling or persuasion, or is it just animal handling?
No, what persuasion, because it understands you.
And it has a good intelligence.
Yeah. That's not.
And
as
it
good as
understands
last
Sylvan.
time. That's still a 16.
16? Alright, decent enough. And do you have the tech thoughts up?
Yeah.
Okay. He goes, okay.
And then I toss him some snacks, lay down water, and then.
And he just kind of smudges his face towards the snack. Seemingly just enjoying the new space that he's getting to see. And then after a few moments, he looks up towards the top of the tent and goes, poof. He's on top of the tent.
That's fine. I'm gonna throw out. I believe it's Trouble is the one that I'm looking for. No, Shatter. I'm gonna throw
Okay.
out Shatter as guard dog. So that's the
Invoking one of your special traits of the Shadow Sorcerer for your services.
Yeah.
Backstory stuff.
But so the concept of betrayal is now guarding my.
Inside the tent that you're staying in, right?
Just inside the alarm circle. So if something comes within that range.
Easy enough. Shadow guards faithfully and happy to be out and being able to do stuff again.
Dogs out.
Let the dogs out, baby. Is there anything you guys would like to do as you settle down for the evening?
I
Drink more wine.
Easy enough. You are able to go into a drunken steward.
I am looking for a magic shop of some sort.
You're no longer under the potion's influence, so okay. Make an investigation check, as you are
I'm certain there's a
completely
map here
new.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Investigation. 11.
11. Okay.
Oh, no, you have Hemingway help you. Roll it with advantage.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's my yeah, I do. Not much better. 11.
Jesus, let Hemingway roll it.
He's not quite as enraptured with the new surroundings.
Not that I'm looking to shop, I'm looking for information.
Okay, are you looking for shops?
I'm looking to find a place that I can try and get information on the ball.
Okay, that's a little different. All right.
Either it be a library, either it be a magic shop. Someone should have some information on this, because I know it's magical of some sort.
After asking a little bit about, and as the nightfall comes in, you are used to having the town die down. Not here. As, yes, a couple of Warforged kind of just sit outside and stop moving. And just keep, like, watching the street as just having the motion, being entertained for themselves. And you see others that are actually going into the brewmaster's area and seem to have a good time of traveling or drinking. And you see a couple of them even eating food, along with the various other creatures that are here. And it seems that the nightlyhood of the city takes another atmosphere as you see more playfulness, as you see people, some of them working the night shift, but a lot of them doing what they desire. You see people painting, you see people crafting, you see people going out to play some sort of a game with a couple of balls and a hoop. And a couple that seems to be smacking a pebble around with their feet. Seeming to get keeping it up in the air as much as possible, like a hacky sack. It's a different side of the serious work to let's be ourselves kind of deal. But it seems to be unorganized and more of a mixing pot of everything, as there is no true tradition or society to forged. And then after a few questions of what you're looking for and trying to find it under not telling exactly, I'm trying to find out what's this kind of deal.
Because I don't want to go showing that to everyone.
Exactly.
That night, I did technically steal it from a forgotten dwarven vault.
You find yourself being pointed to another one of the cookie cutter buildings. This one being too tall, but this one having a unique structure to it, seeing various different pipes and steam apparatuses attached to the outside, along with like some sort of rotating a fan device on the top that seems to be very steampunky and techy-like. That has the name Shadkern's Drunken Alchemist.
I feel like we were just at a drunken alchemist, but okay.
I gave the wrong name last time, sorry.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we were at the Poisoned Paladin last time.
Yeah, you
That's
were
right.
the Poison Paladin. That's my mess up.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Step inside.
You step inside. Ding, 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 ding. You find yourself at a several tables long slabs of less organized piles of various constructs and magical trinkets and tech trinkets and various other things.
Were they just here?
No, this is a lot of things here are a lot of techie-based stuff. But you start to see wands, you start to see staffs, you start to see other magical items, and you're starting to go through. It's like, all right, there's some magical
kind of what I'm looking
items
at.
here with a bit of a tech flair to it.
I have a feeling this my artificer friend would love it here.
And you actually look at a human, greasy black hair that is drawn back in a ponytail, basic clothing, but a little bit of higher grade, some spectacles, and has a bit of an age to his face of a longer tanned male. Hey, Scrapskin, what do you need?
Not sure if that's derogatory or not. I'm looking for some information. Perhaps you could aid me with some insight on an item I have.
Oh, yeah. Place it down, put 2 gold next to it, I'll start telling you what it is. If I know what it is.
Gotcha. Don't have any money on me currently.
Then get the fuck out. Unless you have something to trade.
I don't believe I do have anything to trade.
Upon that, even before you finish your sentence, he's kind of just rolling back on his heels.
I'll pull it out. Does this interest you at all? Better question. I'll pay you if you have any idea that this is.
You said you had no money. And
I have a way to get money. Just do you even know what this is even remotely?
you see his eyes tracking it as you're moving around in your hand.
Before I pay you for nothing.
I might know what it is. What do you want to know about it? Well, first of all, get the fucking money.
Well, I don't know anything about it. I found it in an abandoned vault.
Uh-huh. What's your name?
Sparks.
Did you just get here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he seems to be processing in his head. Looking you up and down. What's your skill set?
Fighting.
What else?
Brute.
Mm-hmm. How you doing, Brian?
Oh my god!
Yeah. Happily sleeping off to one side.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I know. It's like...
Hemingway, do you have 2 gold on you?
Anyway, does he have 2 gold on him?
It's possible.
It's very possible. That's why I'm asking.
He carries a shitload of gold on him anyways. He's probably has some pocket change.
I don't even know how to interpret that. Okay, so hang on. No, we'll do it this way. Here, call it high or low.
Yeah.
Hi. Anything at all? No, not even.
As soon as Hemingway starts moving,
Copper? Anything?
then what's that?
Oh, one of my friend's familiars.
Okay.
I think it's familiar.
That is complicated. And you hear a click out behind the door.
I knew it! I goddamn knew it!
Oh, fuck. We're asleep. Oh, shit.
Yeah, but sorry. The reason why I sent him with Hemingway was not to help him find anything. Is because Hemingway can send psychic signals back.
And speaking of which, Hemingway.
Shit!
You don't know what's going on, but you know he's a little.
Guys, get up! Up now! Up! Grab
Right.
guns, grab stuff, put stuff like.
You're still drunk.
Oh yeah! Oh, absolutely! Stumble, runs right into the tree.
So I'm assuming you're gonna get within range of my dog.
No, I'm just yelling.
You're just yelling?
Yep.
Drunken sniper.
I'm not.
I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking for information, that's all.
What is
Uh-huh.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for money. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not stealing it, though.
I'm not stealing anything either.
Who's the octopus friend?
This is one of my companions. Or one of my companions' companions.
Name the names. This place is
Awesome.
ready to blow, so if needed, I'll make it go.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's
He
not
pulls
be
out
hasty
2
here.
devices and he lifts up the top of a cylinder, and there's like a big red button.
It should look familiar.
It definitely looks familiar.
Hemingway, I do apologize if you do need to come back. It will be a short trip, I'm sorry.
So Hemingway looks at you and goes, and disappears. Yeah.
So that is yours.
No, he's not mine.
Roll a persuasion check.
We really need to get you better at lying.
Persuasion? 10.
10.
Yeah, not mine. Doesn't belong to me. I'm a fighter.
He just rolled a natural 20 insight check. Fine. Alright. I'll tell you what it is as long as you leave it here. You shouldn't be carrying that.
I have a feeling that I shouldn't be, but I don't know what it is. So I'm trying to find out anyone who knows what it is.
I know what it is. Leave it here. In fact, he goes underneath the counter that he's behind the counter that he's at. Place is a heavy leaded metal box that almost looks like a safe, but the very top of it is opened up like a pyramid with diamond shapes.
It was in a safe in a very, very secure area for a reason, I'm assuming.
Yes. Yeah, running past the door, forge around you, trying to push past one. You go.
So how many did you wake up?
That's up to you. I made lots and lots of noise. You can make your own rolls to figure
Make
it
a
out.
Constitution check. You're passed out too.
It's really in a bag of holding.
If you want to
21.
know what it is and be sure that it is going to go to the right people, put it in the box.
He's not the right people. I'm not here.
I'm leaving in the bag of holding until otherwise. What is it?
It's a very powerful battery.
Okay.
Put it in the box.
Does Charles react to any of his yelling?
Not really. It's more like, oh, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
And then you go,
Okay, so as I'm going,
I
pop
had-
Hemingway back to me.
I had-
Okay, yeah. And go, where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? so now I'm drunk and stumbling through the streets.
Where are we going?
Come on, where are we going? We're going right.
make an investigation check at
I've got a
disadvantage.
21 on con save.
Do you want to wake up?
I'm not that shit-faced because I didn't have that much to drink. At least, well, it is the wine, but
Still 15.
15?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so you are currently running through the streets trying to find a location.
I'm following him.
Okay, you start drunkenly following him too. Dun, 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 dun. Trying to keep in a straight line, but you're not in a straight line.
What are the odds that either of them pass within 15 feet of the guard dog?
Pretty high. And
Okay.
with his loud noise, you get up to.
Him making noise would not force me to get up. It would wake me up, and then I would go back to sleep. But if my dog goes off, which you just said is very likely, then yes, I'm up. I dispel trouble?
Shatter.
And then I just kind of like scoop up Charles, stick him in my pocket, look at the plant, just close the tent, and then follow after. I'm assuming the plant's still drunk, so...
So he's still passed out.
Yeah, so now
Battery.
I'm going after these two, who are going after these three.
Because it doesn't feel like a battery to me.
Of course, it's not going to feel like a battery. That thing is called the Ark of Cogs. A lot of you people think it's a gateway to the becoming God. A God that's going to be made, or will be made, or has been made. I'm not much of a religious person. Just ask the people in the tower, they'll tell you. But I recommend not giving it to them. They'll use it as a holy item, and that's not good.
I'm assuming it does have a conscience in it, or at least a soul of some kind.
That's up to debate, but that's not the point.
I saw a face.
You looked into it.
I'm trying to understand what it is, yeah. I feel something in it. So I'm assuming it has a conscience or at least some sort of alignment.
What happens if I start telling the guard that you have such a device?
Well, I'm going to the council tomorrow anyways.
His face contorts a little bit. Alright, Scrap Heap, you're gonna start talking a little bit more sense. You said you have... You're new. You have this item. Are you gonna tell them?
Yes. I was told that they would probably have more information on it.
Why not just give it to them now?
Because I don't know what it is.
That you have a person following you around, don't you?
I have several companions that I'm traveling with, yes.
No, I'm talking about when you first entered the city.
I'm several people who are my companions, yes.
I'm talking about when you first entered. Someone that is guiding you through the city.
Yes.
Give it to her. She works with them anyway.
She doesn't know what it is. We're going there tomorrow, so what's the door worry about me taking a day to go there and deliver myself?
She...
She looked at it and didn't know what it was.
Wow, she failed her job.
I'm taking it to the council tomorrow anyway, so what's the rush?
Roll a persuasion check.
I didn't even realize I'm carrying an artifact.
I don't even realize I've been carrying an artifact for how long? How many battles? Persuasion. 16.
Let me see it. Let me see it one more time. I need to confirm what it is.
Where the fuck are we going?
Okay.
Just because it's a
Sparks in
Ark
trouble!
of Cogs doesn't mean it's a type of Ark of Cogs. Because there's different types, different shapes. That's important.
Okay, put the box away.
He throws the box off to the side. It hits the floor.
At the very least,
How loud are you?
I just want information about it.
Fairly loud.
It's a 5x5.
I've been giving you information, haven't I?
Yeah.
Let me see it.
I am not known for being.
I need the handler to confirm what it is.
Why are you suddenly so interested in it?
Because you brought an active bomb into my shop.
Bomb? Bomb.
In a
We
way,
didn't say bomb here. Explosives?
worse. Let me see it.
Well, it's in a bag of holding currently. Isn't that safer?
No. At least it narrows it down that it's not a pocket dimension.
Oh, shit! Whoops!
Alright, new rule.
I showed it to you, saying, oh shit, yeah, that's magical. That's about all I got.
You're still traveling.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pocket dimension, not good.
so
Good thing that wasn't the pocket
what I
dimension.
saw in it was I saw a face. It has a feel to it that is very interesting. Well, the reason why I took it from the vault is because it felt similar to me.
Of course it's going to feel similar to you.
Does that give any information at all?
Why do you think the Warforged were created?
To forge war?
No. Why do you think they were rebuilt? Do you honestly think that the council, not this council, but the council,
Right.
the Thiesel Committee, whatever,
Yeah.
the Thiesel Committee was able to redevelop such advanced technology?
Yes, there's a lost technology.
Yes.
It's a copy. It's a crude copy
Where do you think they got the copy?
from this.
At least one of them. I need to see it. I need to confirm it with my own eyes. You let me see it from a distance. I'm not paying any. You're not paying anything.
That's fair.
Let me see what it is.
At least let me guarantee that I'm going to walk out of here with it.
I can't guarantee that we're both leaving this shop.
Say anything.
I can at least guarantee that I'm leaving this shop, so at least let me walk out with it, okay?
Done.
Okay. I'll pull it out again.
Puts his hands out.
I'm not letting go of it. I'll put it in his hand and I'll hold it.
He
I'm
takes
not
it,
letting go of it. I'm not letting go of it.
brings it a little closer to himself, and you see him move his foot, and you hear a click, suddenly the whole wall, as you see almost like a grate start to fold in on itself. I need you to make a strength saving throw as it all collapses onto your hand.
You are not taking this from me.
Oh boy.
I can't even help
Strength saving throw.
And
Ooh, that's going to be nice.
Your bomb to the-
-4.
-4? Okay, well, that'll make that a +1. That is going to be... So that's a modified 20, which, as far as me making a saving throw, makes it a natural 20.
No, you're thinking of something different.
If I'm making a saving throw, and my saving throw plus my die equals
That's
to
your
20.
constitution. That's your if you don't die kind of thing. This is a regular saving throw,
Okay.
which you are a brute, so you add that, and then your strength saving throw, which is ungodly.
So currently, it's a 20 minus 4, makes it a 16, plus strength, which saving throw, which turns into a 26.
26. So, almost like a scene out of the Adeptus Astartes. It collapses inward, and you shove your other hand and lift it up, and just yank it out of his hand as it comes
Into the bag of holding.
a good ring around it as this, and he goes, "Oh shit!"
And I'm going to go out the door.
And you hear a boo, 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 as he's pressing a button underneath the
Out the door.
yeah. Make a strength check as you go to the door, which is definitely locked, and as you find out, steel.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So that's going to be strength check,
We don't even know what
modified 20.
Modified 20. As you go to the door and you strike it, pain.
Ow.
And you hear click, 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 as you see turn around and you see an arcane double-barreled shotgun. Smile. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Let's give it a suck.
So sorry.
Dexterity saving throw. That is a modified 20.
Modified 20. So you succeed, but still take half damage of 2d12.
That's not too bad.
Especially when I roll a 4 and a 3 on the d12. So you take 3 points of... so 4 plus 4 plus 3.
11.
11 halved, which is going to be 5 points of piercing damage. It's quite literally the entire shop explodes. Oh, you're using your reaction?
No.
Okay.
Just flare.
Cinematic
Yep.
effect.
Cinematic fight.
See the shotgun, so
It
shield
is
up.
your turn, and he's behind. His entire area is completely in caps, and you hear another click, and the bars you realize is not actually a full bar system. It's actually lines, and they fold up, except for the small little area that your hand was in. And he goes, "Fuck!" and he starts rolling around, and you see him go underneath or something like that.
Given that we're approaching combat, I want to let you know that I did spell slot conversion stuff.
Easy enough to do.
I also want to summon my arcane cannon.
Easy enough as you're running forward with the octopus in front of you, definitely causing a bit of a commotion as you are now the town joker.
Yeah,
We're apparently going for a midnight jog.
Sparks is in trouble!
And you notice
Struck its
you
standard.
notice this. Several
Spark.
other at least Warforged seem to be approaching and seemingly what's going on and seemingly following the commotion.
Shit, the alarm's been set.
I noticed this?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I
I'm
am
going to... So
We'll get to your
I've
turn in
just
just a
been
moment.
My weapon is on my back
trudging-
and staying on my back.
Okay.
I'm
I've
not
kind
drawing
of
it.
just been trudging along behind, like, at whatever their pace is,
Mhm.
but whatever it takes for me to catch up to him,
Yeah, you're faster than me.
okay. And I'm going to go, just so you know, you're being followed by guards. While I'm just, like, next to him.
You're drunkenly shouting, Sparks is in trouble!
I'm drunk.
As you're running around with
I'm
a...
drunk.
He's
A
drunk,
black
he's
octopus.
drunk. I've got faint memories of home and I'm nostalgic.
So you guys continue your path, doing the dash and moving it forward. You
Meanwhile,
believe
I'm
to
doing
be
some
on
John
this,
Wick shit.
the direction you needed, and you're starting to hit the crafting district again. We'll get to in just a moment. Your turn.
I do not wish to fight you. I was just looking for information.
Well, you kind of took the ball, and I need to make sure that you don't take it away to some other asshole.
I'm not giving it to anyone until I know what it is.
I told you what it is, and you didn't allow me to actually
Okay.
properly maintain it.
What does it do?
I
You just tried to take it from me. Don't try
did
and
try
say-
to take it from you. You do not know the power that you hold in your hands.
You
shouldn't
said-
even holding this. You're just a pile of scrap metal waiting to be absorbed by it.
Okay, well that's something, isn't it? Thank you. You didn't say that I couldn't walk out of here with this item. I said I'm going to walk out of here with this item. No one is
Correct.
having
And I
it.
tried to take it. By the way, smile.
Okay.
Make another dexterity saving throw.
We're trying to have a discussion.
That's gonna be a 15.
Okay, you fail.
Keep talking, I'm reloading.
6. Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna see if I can put a shelf between me and him.
Unfortunately, as you tried to do so, you fail your dexterity saving throw using your shield mastery trait. So you do take the full brunt of the damage. 12 plus 8 is going to be...
Wait. Oh yeah. Does my? Oh no, that takes my reaction. That's right.
That takes your reaction and only helps if you succeed.
Right.
So, unfortunate.
That's only 5 points.
So 12 plus 8, that's going to be 20 and then 24 points of piercing damage.
That's a lot.
As-
I'm invulnerable.
So as you use your reaction to become invulnerable for that single
Click,
attack,
click,
you see the shotgun and you notice that there's almost like an electrical, and suddenly everything comes out incredibly fast and focused, and strikes your chest, and there's a loud clang, almost forcing you off 2-3 inches off the ground before you hit the wall again, and hit the ground before you're able to move into position. You're a sturdy little scrappy, aren't you?
Invulnerable once per
Shit, I'm
day,
going Irish
and being physical, magical, or non-psychic damage is
You negate all the damage.
Yep.
Yeah. But using your almost legendary suit of armor.
Almost legendary, yeah.
Yep, it is your turn. Oh no, you were speaking for your turn. You guys are continuing running.
Do we have any
I'm not gonna take
idea how
cover.
long we're going to be doing this?
No idea.
I'm taking cover behind some magical items.
As you take it, behind a table.
This
Spark,
table's
I mean,
sturdy.
Drake, as you continue running, there's just a blur of motion going by you. And you don't know if you're piling or it's more Mr. Hemingway piling at this point. As your arms turn to the right, turn to the left, you feel a pain-sharp sensation as as your shins collides into something metal and heavy. You stumble for half a second and
Sorry,
continue.
ma'am.
Sorry, ma'am.
I'm a kid! Anyway, so as he continues forward, and you turn to one corner, turn to another, and you see a shop. A shop of apparatus of various other components on the outside that is very Tinker Madness on the outside, and a moving component on the top that is a fan, essentially. And you see written, Shadkirn's Drunken Alchemist. Shadkirn, sorry.
Okay.
That name rings to you. I don't know if you understand that.
I think I get what you're getting at.
Okay. It is your turn again.
What did you say this item was again?
It's a fuck.
It's a really powerful battery. What did you call it?
Ark of the Cogs.
Thank you, Trinket.
Ark of the Cogs.
Ark of the Cogs. Cogs.
Ark Cogs.
Well, you're about to meet your god.
Ark of Cogs. I shouldn't be able to be seen. I've got a table basically up or something in front of me.
Drop the item and you can leave.
How about no?
He shoots another time. This time it is not a scattered area and it's actually a solid bullet going towards you.
I'm trying to secure sight from him.
Yep, and unfortunately a natural 19 plus his proficiency, even with your partial cover, should hit you. So
What's your roll?
19 plus 10, so that's going to be
gonna
29. Yeah. I forgot you have an absurd high
Yeah.
AC.
Which, for a shotgun, it's an area of effect weapon. Kind of makes sense.
Well, as he fires, this time it's not a shotgun blast, it's more of a fireball.
Okay.
10 plus 4, 14 points of fire damage. As fire rakes your back. Come on, buddy, just drop it. You're in my home terrain, and in any moment, a titan is going to open up my ceiling. It's going to hurt, because I have to pay the fucker, but I'm going to get what I need to get. Drop the item. You guys are at the front door.
Okay, so
Did you see anything before we got to the front door, by any chance?
Roll a perception
What?
check. What are you looking for specifically?
yeah.
I'm waiting for his direction because I'm following him, and I need to know if he said anything.
No, probably not.
Okay.
So are we? Can we roll initiative, or we show like?
I'm
If
looking.
you
Not
tell-
quite yet.
Okay. Do I have a full turn?
Correct. You do have a full turn.
Are you telling us now?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to use my face step reaction to get into the store.
Don't do that yet.
I
Technically,
would
it's on site,
And you
go
can't see inside the
as
building.
30 feet.
on a place that you can see.
Yeah, it's like Misty.
I'm going to look for a weak area that I can think of, like the windows maybe. Which would be weaker? The door?
Shatter the door.
I'm away from the door right now.
Roll damage.
It's metal.
What the hell?
Are there no windows?
They're all, it's yeah.
You go over to where the windows are, and you know
I'm asking cursory glance. Not
there are
doing-
windows. There are windows, but they're all shut, and you can't see any light in or out.
Okay.
24
Then
damage.
I'm not doing it.
24.
And it's shattered.
Yes, it is shadow. As you cast shatter, as the sound echoes for 300 feet in every direction, and as it smacks into the side of the building, wood chips fly everywhere. And as the smoke clears, you just see a solid steel wall, building and wall included.
So the building was
This
wrapped
thing-
with wood.
Yep, wrapped in wood with an inner steel layer.
Wow.
Whoever built this place is paranoid. I can't feel but a little bit of hope of respect.
Okay.
Should I try and...
You hear,
So
Sparks, you hear on the inside, poof! And you turn back and it's like a little bit of things fall off the shelves next to it. Ah! Looks like they're coming in! You better get ready!
heck.
They don't really have prisons here, by the way. They don't have the funds to handle it. So guess what? You're just going to be at the bottom of the river, chained like an anchor.
Oh, what? So you can trap me in here and steal my items?
Shut up! Natural one. Damn it.
And I'm gonna try and...
I'm sorry, but as far as I can see it, you're the one in the wrong here. You've trapped me and are trying to kill me for my items.
Wrong! I'm trying to take an artifact from a stupid kid!
I'm gonna try the door on the outside.
On the outside of the steel door? Mm-hmm. Okay, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and blow it down, knock it down. I'm gonna charge it.
Okay, so you're swinging at it.
No. I'm gonna do pure strength against it.
Okay, make a strength check.
Add 4. I'm helping.
Okay.
Take my reaction.
Add 4, alright. Add 4.
Add
Literally
4.
just add 4. Okay.
Hold on.
Cocked.
At disadvantage because you're drunk.
Oh, crap. At disadvantage because I'm drunk.
Yep.
Still add 4.
Great.
I think you have a coin flip if that's advantage or disadvantage. I've seen it.
Okay, I get to add my strength bonus though, right?
Yes. And plus 4.
7 plus 4 is 9.
Plus 4, yeah, no. You like a drunken idiot. Ah!
Bang!
Bang!
The door. The door.
It's like a solid 3 feet away from it.
By the way, I rolled a 2.
It was gonna be
Idiot. Steal. How many guards are following us?
Currently, well, now, there were originally 3, and as soon as that went
Yeah, I
off,
set off a bomb.
the entire
300
city
feet.
turned all at once.
300 feet.
Yeah. And
echoes.
you're not sure who's going to be engaging, but the entire street, which is about
is not
10 to 15 people, Warforged, the others that are not Warforged start to run away.
Okay.
But
I would like to peek in the window and see what's going on.
as you go over to the window, it is just shuttered metal upon metal.
Like there's no.
Make a perception check that as there are spaces, though thin.
Well, this certainly went sideways.
23.
23. It takes you a few moments, but you have superior vision, and you look in between the cracks, and you can swear you're not seeing much, and you can't really decipher much, but you see a little bit of the floor, along with the various junks and pieces that have fallen over, and you see and followed by popping sounds on the inside
Do
and
I
arguments.
see the guy?
You do not see anyone. You just see a little bit of the floor.
All right, then I am going to use. It wasn't a reaction anyway. It's my bonus action to face step in.
Okay.
I am Autumn, which means that is there anyone within 10 feet of me
Yes.
that isn't him?
No.
Okay. Because it's creatures of my choice.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so nothing happens from that then. Was looking my action.
I'm gonna say yes due to how difficult it was to peer into it.
Okay. So that means I've used my action and my bonus action.
Sparks with a flare of fire. As you step inwards, you see a familiar elven individual. Unless you did not go inside yet.
No, it's not
I mean,
fire.
I went inside, but fire is summer. Like, specifically, the effect associated with summer is flame. I'm autumn right now,
Oh, okay.
so I'm more just questioning the...
She appears.
Yes.
I'm behind a table.
Hey!
Hey, what are you doing here?
What's happening?
He's trying to kill me. He wants my item. Apparently it's a relic. We talked this over.
It's a
I'll tell you
very
more later.
important artifact that cannot go into the church.
And okay, I won't take it into the church then. Why don't you just leave with that?
I'm moving towards cover.
Yeah, you get out to her. No, it's saying this behemoth of a man. You can get full cover. You cannot.
I'm behind a table and a
So
shield.
full cover, and then I am going to just yell real goddamn loud. They're trying to kill Sparks over an item thing.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Wait a minute, can we even hear that?
You hear a little muffled. You cannot because you're currently face placed into the side of the wall.
Here's an idea. Why don't you try explaining more about the item that you know so much about instead of trying to kill me and take it anyway?
How do I know you don't work for something?
I don't work for anyone. I awoke 4 years ago. I was trying to get my dead father back this entire time. I'm trying to figure out how I can continue to live.
Oh
Roll
my
a persuasion
God,
check.
How much they've talked, I should be able to do something.
Yeah, you can.
Persuasion, that's going to be a 19.
19. There's a pause, a moment, and then you start.
I can do my thing.
Please don't kill him. Please do not attack. We really don't want to attack anyone right now.
I'm going to use suggestion. Calm your shit.
Let's say this on our rep. Please don't try and kill him.
No, like I'm going to use suggestion on him and say, "Calm your shit."
Please. No, thank you. Thank you. I specifically haven't drawn my weapon for this reason.
Is it on a person that you have to see? Let's double
He's
check
poking
that.
his head out to shoot.
Well, he's going up and back down, up and back down. It is Western style right now.
Well, yeah, just behind
I mean,
a
I will
table and a
peek
shield.
around. Like as soon as I have the ability to spellcast, I'll peek around and wait until I can see him, and then I will cast
You
it.
should
Like,
just a
however
course
this
of
needs
action
to be handled.
and majorly influence a creature you can see.
Manual
Yep.
check,
Okay. So
sentinel.
you have to see it. So you peer head around and begin to start the cast. He's going to use his reaction to counterspell as he.
Can I counterspell his counterspell?
Yes, you can.
As your reaction.
So as soon as you begin to cast, yeah. As soon as you begin to cast, you see his weapon pop up as he's been preparing an action for anyone that's going to pop their head out, and you hear a click, 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 and suddenly a gleam liquid thunk, starts flying out towards your hand to stop any casting capabilities, and as you snap your fingers, it incinerates, and you cast suggestion.
Okay, he needs to make a saving throw.
Yes, he does.
Calm your shit.
Wisdom saving throw, right?
Yep.
The magic goes in, and unfortunately rolled a natural 19, but the persuasion. They don't work with you people. Looking through the porthole that your arm made,
Oh.
seeing the spectacles a little bit. They don't work with you.
Who are they?
Where do your loyalties lie?
Well,
Note that I have something back here that can tell if
Could
you're
you
lying.
stop yelling, please?
Myself, her, and the
You
two that are
also
outside.
stop. There's a bunch of guards coming because of massive destruction and yelling, and I'm assuming that button is an alarm because everything around here is some form of technological monstrosity. And
Yeah.
you are yelling over I don't know what, and you keep shooting this person who is one of the only people other than my dog who I can talk to. And I need you to... I drank a lot tonight, and I need you to slow down.
In the meantime of this conversation, you can do something if you like.
Okay, so I have no idea what's actually going on. So
You hear an occasional high pitch.
I assume she's like,
She's screaming for
she's
life.
screaming for help. Okay, standing out there, the blown open the side of the building. Eck missed. Okay, we're gonna need some help. Hemingway, I need help.
He's already on your back.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right, grab him and take his head and touch some of the arcane marks that are on the back of his head, and then hand him to Eck. Right, yeah, like the eyes change colors, and then I hand him to Eck. So.
Find explosives.
He crawls up and he grabs and he sits basically at the base of your neck, and his arms lay out onto your arms and then attach in. Like attach on and suck on, and you feel arcane energy fill you with competence. So I am
Competence.
I just got 4 inches lower.
I am giving you enhanced ability for your strength.
Ooh. So that gives you advantage, but since you have disadvantage, you're
Right.
drunk.
It means you make the roll flat.
But
Yay.
you happen to rage right now, you get advantage.
No,
That doesn't stack.
they don't. You don't go.
Well, no, but one counter out to another, and then if you have advantage again.
You can have advantage 12 times and disadvantage once, and it flattens, evens out.
That is stupid.
I know, but it's true.
I'm going to overrule that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Go get it! No, get him!
Rage away!
I treat it like a math system.
And I
One
stand
positive,
there
one
and go,
negative,
oh wait. And I back up a couple steps.
Take another 4.
Oh, yeah, because using your...
Points of damage.
Yeah.
With advantage. Mm-hmm. Raging. Just bum rushing the fucking door.
One of those
And
is
I'm
two
using-
numbers, so that's much better than last time.
Mm-hmm. I'm adding my strength bonus. This is not a saving throw, right?
Yep.
So strength bonus plus 4. So 9 on top of this would be 26.
At the end of your conversation, you hear... And a muffled... Followed by... beating a 25 DC.
Woo!
As the hinges fly open, right next to you, as an angry turtle start bug rummaging towards the
I'm
spine.
here to save you!
Step in, pull out the gun. He's my octopus!
Doppelganger! And he fires.
God.
What is happening?
What a...
We just had it under control.
Another natural one.
Nonsense!
You just got it under control, and the thing's focus parking. Stop!
Another natural one. So, ting, 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 and it hits the gas, and a flare of fire.
I would like.
We gotta go.
Out,
And
out, 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 out.
Clicking, and you hear a, as you see fire coming out of a steel pipe that's of natural gas.
He's right. We should get out of here.
Out the door.
I didn't do that.
And everyone out.
We're running out.
Okay, it doesn't take long as you run out.
Oh,
As
keep
the
running.
other-
No, keep going!
Yeah, as other war forces are activating their various different contraptions of war start to approach, like, what's going on?
Keep running!
As I turn and you hear fire, and the fire is starting to
Decanter from this
cover
water.
over
I'm going
the...
to see if I can use geyser on the decanter from this water to put out the fire. Before it
Okay,
goes off.
so you won't be able to leave, unfortunately. As
That's
you
fine.
activate,
Just
roll a attack roll. So d20 plus your dex.
So while he's doing that, if there's any guards who aren't listening, I want to cast darkness between them and the building.
Okay.
Just to reinforce.
There are a
the-
couple that are moving forward that are seem to be taking, and it's a little scary to see the civilians of the city immediately go military and start to make a combat line.
So, as we're all rushing out the door, shit going fast like that, and I'm just running, see that? Turn. Shit.
Oh, and it was my
Decanter out of this
fancy
water.
darkness, so that way I can watch what's happening.
So and suddenly a ball of darkness as you're running, suddenly everything goes on.
What?
And I can see.
You can see inside because it's only
Oh,
outside.
decanter out of this water. I'm putting my back to the door, and I'm trying to hit that fire before it goes off with a modified 21.
DC of a 20. Because hitting knowing of an active person that is studying to be a fighter, it is not easy to quench fire that is currently hitting the gas line.
Is it a liquid or air? Or is it liquid or gas?
It is liquid.
Liquid fire. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
water. That water wouldn't really help, but I fuck it.
But you blow enough of it away with the power of a geyser that you hit it, and the flame parts disperse in every direction, causing a little bit of confetti of fire everywhere, but hitting the actual oil itself, because the fire hasn't gone inside. So there's fire everywhere else, but the oil is no longer flaming unless you let it to continue more.
No, I'm gonna keep hitting it.
Okay? You can step forward with the same action and
Yep. Just
pop! There's a little bit of fires here and there, but not a lot. That hasn't really caught fire with anything yet.
guys in the back. Hold it.
As you hit the floor,
We're good.
Where's the kaboom?
We're good. We're good.
you hear, as a 15-foot Warforged Titan is starting making down the road, as various other guards with actual proper shields are starting to move towards you.
I'm trying to snuff out any of the fires that I can stomp on.
They are pointing in your direction, seemingly marking individuals. Not you, because they can't see you.
Okay. Shop's still in one piece.
Why
The
can't
most
we
of the
see
materials are still
You're in the ball
here.
of darkness.
We're okay.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Unless you don't want to be.
No, I'm fine with that. I have a thought. How far away are you two from me?
How
I
many-
would say about 15 feet.
How many rounds did we? Were we all running the same way, the same direction?
Sure.
I stopped at the edge of the darkness, it sounds like, which would make sense because I would want to keep in line of sight off him.
If I'm hoofing it, I'm doing 80.
Okay, you're on the other side of the street. Yes!
Well,
you're a civilian running
40
from the
foot is
action.
my normal. So if I'm doing dash,
You're a civilian running from the...
Yeah, you're on the
motion.
other side of the street, and these streets are at least 40 feet wide. They're wide streets.
With the
This one's south fast.
I'm gonna step out of the darkness and I'm going to do this is the surrender thing, right? This.
Yeah.
Hi. So this gentleman was attacking our friend, and
Yeah, pointing on the alleyway that he's just coming out of. This man is a doppelganger!
Not helping!
They are holding items against the current nation!
excuse me, I walked into his shop and he was attacking one of my friends. Then he attacked my other friend. He is making accusations that are baseless. He bleeds red, which is not a doppelganger thing. And I want to go back to bed.
Why did my
I'm
house...
just trying to save the shop.
And he's holding the double barrel
Yeah.
arcane. And now that you got a better look at it, there are arcane runes along with magical crystals that are coming out to the backside, and along with a sparkly little tip that says "Smile, please." At the tip.
And I'm going
Smile,
to
wait
be
for the flash.
walking towards him.
As the guards are now making a perimeter around all of you right now along the Titan.
A Titan
like,
inside the city. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Goal is to
it's
get
only a
within,
15-foot tall Titan, though.
Still a Titan.
Yeah.
Goal is to get within touch range of him.
Something tells me.
You start
That
actually
we're going
closer as the
to-
spears go down.
Something tells me we're going to the courtroom, but we're not going to be witnesses.
Well, we are, but at the same time not. And you guys are all vouched under me, so
As
it's
you
all
guys
my
are
fault.
still doing a bit of a Mexican
This
standoff.
is all your fault.
Yeah, I know. You didn't need to come and help. I had it under control. Ish.
You were getting killed by this gentleman who attacked randomly as far. Why did you attack?
I was just looking for information. He
Why
attacked
did
me.
you attack?
Keeping in mind that I can put you through that wall.
Because I said no to giving him an item that I was looking on information for? Really?
Does
Everyone
anyone have
roll-
something I can point?
Hemingway will walk up and hand you a wand of magic missile.
Excellent.
Meanwhile, I'm still having my
You
finger
pull out a
plugged,
wand?
just holding it.
I just handled it. I just asked if I had something to point. Everyone else was pointing. I'm
You
saying
pull out a
Take my
wand?
fingers.
a wand landed in my
Right,
hand.
the octopus came up and handed him a wand.
One person roll persuasion.
Probably
Not
me.
me.
You're the one talking.
You're the one
Because there was a
talking.
lot of arguments here.
Advantage, please.
Yeah.
I
Well,
actually
helping
asked
you.
for something to point, and a wand was placed in
Did you
my
say
hand
roll
because
with advantage, or was that a
Straight
serious
up.
thing?
Due to the
Straight up.
chaotic nature of what's going on, just roll up straight up
I don't know if
advantage.
it's going to be good or bad.
I'm going to use my point reroll thing.
Due to
My magical. I rolled a 2 and I know that fails. So I've got the. It's one of my magical guidance. Reroll failed ability check.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Go right
So
ahead.
I'm doing that.
Using your sorcerer born ability.
Oh, that's much better. Yes. That's.
That has
happy.
saved you so many times.
I know.
due to
You have the
our-
sorcery points available to do so,
Persuasion.
right?
Yeah, the sorcery point.
Yeah, she
Yes.
swapped out a bunch on the way over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I swapped out a level 4 and a level 3.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah. Like.
So you have
I
at least
was
7.
prepared for
Yeah.
this scenario. I rolled an 18 plus 23.
23. There's a moment where there's silence going over as everyone is continuing to just wait for a flinch, wait for a reason to have things kick off. And then you hear, is your magical darkness still up?
Yeah.
Your magical darkness fades.
That's fine.
And you see a robed figure on top of the building. Lower your weapons. From this building on top.
Excuse me, my hands are weapons. What do you want me to do?
And who the hell are you?
I am a local caster of the Scribe School. Lower your weapons. This is not the place nor the time to have open firearms in the public streets.
Okay, but my hands are weapons. What do you want me to do?
If you cast, you shall be contained.
But up, down.
Clearly, you've never met her. So I'll look
So
at
I
him and
put
go.
them down, but I'm like, this is supposed to mean sort of like you can just see the gears of me not understanding.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And
All right, so hang on.
You even see the cast of the Warforged caster on top kind of go.
I understand the conundrum.
Puts it on the back holster.
What do I do with this?
give it back to
Hemingway
the
walks up and
officers.
takes it.
Carefully.
I'll
Well,
take
remember,
that.
Henry was still wrapped on.
Yeah. So there's just a stray. Yeah, this is just a stray tentacle reaches over and picks it.
All right, good. All right, arms down.
I'm still holding a gas pipe here.
Walk up, mending.
Thank you.
As you walk over, there's a moment of tension, and you hear a click, 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 as various large barrel weaponry is faced towards you that has a mess of nets in the side of it, and essentially are net guns that are pointed towards you as soon as you start.
Right. So they bristle weapons directed like no.
Yeah.
I'm still holding a gas pipe.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and the caster above just kind of does this and holds as you mend it and stomp out the rest of the fires.
I just wanted information.
You just went off by yourself in the middle of the night to go talk to people who we have absolutely no understanding.
As the caster descends,
Speaking of which,
floating down onto
where
the
is
floor.
Dicknose?
Dick knows?
The guy who assaulted me.
He's still in the matter of. There is no leaving the perimeter of soldiers.
We're all
essentially.
equally in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys did blow up the entire front of his building, so.
You know, I feel it was deserved.
Devin, what is the reason of this outburst? This is the 7th one this month. As he starts to move forward towards the individual that is
We
assaulted.
got here today. That's not us.
So
He's not addressing you.
Oh,
I went in looking for information
I'm
about
speaking
it.
to Devin first. I will address you in a moment.
Sorry.
As you look at this now, Warforged that has his head covered by ropes, and you see it is a flat silver piece of metal that's slightly reflective, and you only see eyes that are currently slanted, that are slightly purplish in hue.
I want to say, are they green and have spectacles?
No, not quite, but you notice that there are too many arms underneath his robes, as he has two pairs of arms.
He
Tall,
cast twice.
slender individual. What is the reason for this outburst again, Devin?
Oh.
He turns around and he's like, "You're not supposed to use my name." We know this, all right. And he looks down and is like, Stilk, yes. What is the reason of this? As this human individual, tanned, spectacles, mess of white, black hair, and a ponytail, slightly less of a ponytail. This child, this youngling here, has the Ark of Cogs and refuses to hand it over to someone that understands what it is. The caster. So you opened fire on the guy? I mean, yeah, but that was the end result of it. That's not, how it ended up to be. And they start to argue. And he kind of puts one of his forehands up, and the caster comes over towards you guys as he's continuing to argue, while the guy is still continuing to argue next to the caster as this individual approaches. And what is your side of the story?
I was looking for information about the item in question.
May we see the item in question?
As long as I can guarantee that it will not be taken from me.
This will
or
not
attempted to
guaranteed,
be.
as this is the security of the people of this city.
Can I at least know what it is or what it does?
Bring it out and we will discuss it.
At least I can guarantee that you are the right people to be giving it to.
And who people are you afraid of it going to?
Someone who is forcibly trying to take it from me, who will try and shoot me before explaining what it is.
I explained what it is! He puts a hand up and just kind of shoves him off to the side.
At least I can understand you have some magical prowess, and you should be able to understand it. If it makes any consolation, I found this in an abandoned dwarven safe. Or vault.
And the door was broken when I got here.
It was broken. It was an abandoned vault.
Roll a deception check. At disadvantage because you're drunk.
Oh, you were talking about that.
Yeah.
The door, it was an abandoned vault. Yeah, of course it was broken. Oh, they were talking about that. That's right.
4.
He doesn't even process your words. He's currently just looking over to this device of...
I'll walk over and tap Hemingway in a couple of spots. The suckers all release. I'd also like to add that he threatened the life of a sentient creature.
Amusing.
Ooh, I do not like this guy.
I'm not saying amusing to that. I'm saying amusing to this.
It ticks rhythmically with me. It seemed familiar, so that's why I took it.
It needs proper containment. As he expands his hands out and a bubble appears around the container, and suddenly space seems to fold into itself. It must be processed and handled.
What is it?
He looks around. It is everything. It is power. It is our children. It is ability to bring more souls to us. This is the Ark of Cogs. You will be apprehended for tonight. Questioning must be handled. Do not resist.
Okay.
And we will treat you properly.
Define properly, because unlike this one, I'm not going to nod at vague statements.
Define resist. Of course we could.
And the guy that had this assault happen, he's like, yeah.
I just look over at him.
Define this resist.
I just look over to the guy.
Stupid. Of course we're going to resist. You just give us a moment.
I look over to the human who assaulted me. Just, was that so hard? Escalation is not the answer, especially when you're looking at a guy like me.
It wasn't the answer.
You didn't need to try and steal it from me.
From my point of view, you're the enemy.
You dropped a metal grate on my arm.
Did you get hurt?
If I was human, I would have lost an arm.
You did. You're not human. The caster just kind of goes. First of all, I will not define resist with you. And secondly, you will not be tortured. You will be given a quarters to sleep in properly with proper beds, food, and water if you need it. And upon tomorrow, when the council is moving once more, you will be questioned upon the actions of how you came to this device and why you have it here.
Only one person possessed the device. Why do we all need to be questioned?
You are part of the engagement here. That makes you part of the situation.
Guilty by association.
I swear, the courts make so much
That's
less
what I'm
sense.
saying!
I need someone to go get my plant, and I need them to not touch it.
You hear, actually, I have it. And you see Quill kind of holding the arm's length out at the pot.
Quinny!
Did you not
Hello,
bring
Quinn.
the bag?
Look well.
Oh, she has the bag too.
Okay. I'd take and put in... Fine, I'll sleep wherever you want me to sleep, and you can ask me whatever questions you want to ask me, but I maintain this is absurd, he's a jerk, and none of this makes
He's
any
attempted
sense.
murderer.
He turns over to Quill.
And you're an idiot.
Ark Scribe, Quill, please record that properly. She opens up the tome.
You said your notes weren't for anyone to read.
She looks up. Oh, that's personal notes and proper notes.
I want to review the proper notes to make sure that nothing about me other than this is in them.
After the trial day.
Yes.
Great.
Thank you.
Well,
Where are we going?
We're heading to the council chamber, Steel Rose. Especially since of the special situation.
yes.
Oh,
He points over towards the one
I never
that
gave that
started
back.
all of it. Cuff him.
What you can't do over this water. I
Oh,
never gave it
yeah.
back.
No.
It popped into my head immediately at that point, but I never gave it back.
You should probably keep a hold of that. You're doing better with it than I am.
I don't drink, though. You gave it to me after the elephant fight for some reason I couldn't
I do
remember.
remember that. Yeah.
But then I never gave it back.
Alright.
So, as you guys are continue to, as the guards start to approach, no cuffs available, but seem to have taken up their spears upward. Do you resist?
No.
I resist anyone touching me, but I
Yeah,
don't.
They
I'm
make
in
no
that
notion of
category.
touching you at this
I'll
point.
follow them anywhere they want.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make note, I never drew my weapon.
And as you guys
I
are,
was just wanting to dream.
As I'm walking down, I say this. I want to make note, I never drew my weapon.
as you guys are moved through the city, half drunk, mostly drunk for some of you,
I'm glad I took I had to do it before I did this shit.
mumbling under his breath, fucking gobble. Sorry, mumbling under his breath, the person Stilk, as the name he went by. Fucking doppelgangers and the fucking most
There's no doppelgangers.
Oh, white lady don't know that.
I would like to ask a question as we're being walked.
Okay, to who?
The people at large. So, question, this guilty by association thing. Since I'm in the party with the person who got into the fight, like I showed up in town with him and he vouched for me, would I be in trouble regardless of my having been there because he had an item that I didn't know about?
The vouching system, the caster, so to speak of, only goes if, let's say, he vouched for you,
I'm not
but
saying
he's the one in trouble.
I'm not saying because of the vouching. I'm saying there's a strong association between us. So, and I'm trying to figure out how blurry this guilty by association is because I didn't do anything and I didn't know that the item existed. But I'm being jailed and questioned about it. Would I still be being jailed and questioned about it even if I had just shown up with him but I stayed in my tent drunk?
You would not be arrested unless you had some sort of, unless we had some sort of,
See, I don't think they
Cause
know
for
whether or not
questioning?
you're really-
correct.
They just need to find out.
So if
whether-
you stayed in your tent, you would not be arrested today.
You were here, that's why.
But I could be later if someone said something that you deemed to be cause for questioning.
Say again?
I could be arrested for this incident if someone said something that you interpreted to be cause for questioning me.
If the evidence was substantial enough, yes. And we
You're
found
right,
out
it's garbage.
as you guys can.
As we're walking.
yeah.
And the camera slowly pulls out from the group.
And I'm used to this.
Look on the bright side, they're at least going to let us sleep.
Yes.
At least we're being treated like
Don't worry.
people.
How tall are you?
Almost 6 feet.
I'm sure the bed will be at least 5 feet.
Ever the optimist.
Probably standing room considering it's mostly Warforged.
With that, as we end tonight's session, Drake, your tattoo starts to itch in a very familiar way.
Yeah, I was wondering when we were going to get to that.
Mm-hmm. We will end tonight's session
Okay.
as you guys are detained peacefully with this strange encounter of a gun-happy individual that
Okay.
might have a more story later. Till next time, let's find out what the Ark of Cogs are.
Oh yeah. Jesus.
Who knew I was
This
walking around
went
the fucking
so
artifact?
sideways. We had no idea.
When you start asking about forbidden lore, like, hey, what's this that I found at a freaking ass end of the universe?
I bought a car. Turned out to be an alien robot. Who
Pretty
knew?
much. We will end tonight's session. I hope you enjoyed the ride, and
That's how I feel right now.
I hope you join us next time for another episode of Together We Roll. Till next time, stay healthy, stay warm, and keep on rolling. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Wow.
I found a ball.
Amazing.